Let me ask you a question. When somebody asks, how have you been? What do you say? Can I guess? The kids are good. My job is going good. My spouse is good. But good is a code word for I don't even know how to explain how I'm feeling. It's a cop-out. And deep down, you know that it's not good. You know that you're spread impossibly thin. You're being pulled between excelling at your job, loving your kids well, and trying not to slip into full roommate mode with your spouse. And here's the reality. The best years of your life should be now, not when you retire, and not when you're too old to go hard for the things that light you up. You are creating the memories you will look back on with joy for the rest of your life as long as you have the energy to do them now. Yet this is when you feel the most depleted. You feel like life is long, but it's actually not, and tomorrow is not guaranteed. And the frustrating part about this is that it seems like there's only two options. On one side, there's the people who say that it's all about mindset. You just need to journal more and think more positively, but mindset doesn't make sit-down family dinners happen, get you and your kids out of the house for some fun, or bring the sexy back into your marriage. And then there's the other side, what I like to call all of the white knucklers. And they are convinced that you just need to push through, that this is just a hard season and that it'll pass. But I've learned the hard way that waiting for things to magically get easier doesn't fix disconnection and discontentment. It multiplies it. And before I lose you, you've probably already thought, and 5 to 10 years is a long time to wait to feel like you're thriving. Things are fine, but fine is just a code word for survival, and 5 to 10 years is a very long time to wait until you feel like you're finally thriving. I already do self-help books and podcasts. This isn't a set of cute Instagram quotes that make you feel like you're doing something but are quickly forgotten. These are practical systems that you can install into your life to start taking action on the things that matter most to you. I don't have the time or the energy to take a course. That is exactly why you need this, because this isn't just a bunch of videos and theory. This is a system to help you thrive and get back your time and your energy so it goes towards what actually matters to you. We get super practical. If you don't start to change things, here's a little reality check. Years of disconnection add up. Burnout becomes your baseline, and eventually you'll wake up realizing you've spent the most important years of your marriage and motherhood just surviving. And for too many women, that ends in resentment, midlife crisis decisions, and fractured families. I know, because I have been there. On paper, I had everything. I was the CEO of an international brand, scaling it from coast to coast. I had the house, the husband, the kid, the magazine covers, and the awards. But behind the scenes, I was anything but happy. I felt overwhelmed, powerless, and disconnected from my husband, from my kid, and most importantly, from myself. I felt like the bright, vibrant light I once was had completely dimmed down, and I was running on fumes, going through the motions, and wondering if this was just what life was going to feel like. And I know you felt it too, because every successful woman I meet nods when I say this. You're doing it all, but you don't feel alive inside. And this is when it hit me. The same clarity, structure, and accountability that I used to build a thriving business were exactly the things I needed to rebuild my life into one that I loved instead of one running on reaction and chaos. So I became the CEO of my life, and I created a system, one that started with me, my energy, my priorities, and my purpose. And I did it for me. But then people noticed, and I wasn't pretending I was good. I was actually good. I was lit up and feeling like myself again. And when women started asking, how are you doing it all and actually happy? I realized that this wasn't just about me anymore. People wanted what I had, not the stuff, but the feeling. They saw the shift and they felt inspired, but I don't just want to inspire women. I want to equip them, to give them the exact tools, systems, and structure that I created to turn my life back on. And that's when helping people who were in the same spot as me became my personal mission. And I call it CEOing the shit out of life. It is not only mindset hacks, it's about practical steps to understand what you want, how you can get it for both you and the people that matter most to you. It is a proven framework that reignites connection with yourself and helps your family thrive together, starting with you. So let me walk you through what this looks like. The first piece of my system is setting the strategy. It's about where you stop drifting sifting through your days and start creating a clear, intentional plan for how you actually want to live. This is where we do the deep work, defining your purpose, clarifying your core values, and crafting a vision for you and your family's future. When you have a strategy for your life, you finally have a framework for every decision, every yes, every no. You stop reacting and you start living with direction. You stop spinning your wheels and start actually building momentum. The little daily domestic duties, from how you meal plan to how you show up in your marriage, start to feel easier because they are connected to bigger goals more than just making it through the day. And instead of lying in bed at night wondering if you're dropping the ball, you feel proud of the life that you were actually building. Becky told me that she came into the program feeling stuck and scattered. She didn't even know where to start. She said, I was in such a limbo place, I lost myself, and honestly, I had no idea who I even was anymore. But when she finally sat down to do the values and vision work, she called it eye-opening. For the first time, she could actually see what mattered to her and what she wanted her life to look like. So once you have your strategy, it's time to bring it to life through the structure. Because let's be real, you cannot wish or inspirational quote your way into a fulfilling life. It takes practical action to unlock the one that you actually want. So instead of feeling like your days and your weeks are running you, the structure puts you back in the driver's seat. It is where I hand you the systems and help you customize them for your life flow and focus. Routines that make sense for your season of life and the habits that keep you aligned with what actually matters most. It's about optimizing your time and your energy, freeing up mental real estate, and setting up smart, repeatable rhythms that run by design and not by default. And instead of lying in bed wondering at night if you're dropping the ball, you finally feel grounded and proud because your life is finally running on purpose. When Jeannie got to the structure stage, she said it was a total reset for her. She'd always wanted to figure these things out, but never made them practical. Her new routines, her get-to-do list, even how to use her calendar the right way, or the concept of using her car time for connection, suddenly everything clicked. She said, everything that I'd wanted to figure out for years, Kristen made it practical, doable, and part of my real life. That's when she stopped reacting to life and started running it with intention. Now comes my favorite part of the system, the spark, because this is where you finally get to share the real lit up you with the people who matter most. It's where you have the space and the energy to connect meaningfully with your partner again, to create those movie magic moments with your kids, and to make an ordinary Tuesday night feel like a 10 out of 10. It's where your freed up mental space turns into laughter and presence and joy, where you get to be the woman, the partner, and the mom that you've always wanted to be. Because this is the payoff. It's not just having life that looks good from the outside looking in, but also feels aligned with who you are and what you want to become. One that feels fully, unmistakably alive. By the time Leslie reached the spark stage, she told me that she felt like a different person in her own home. Instead of operating in roommate mode with her husband, she felt like they were partners again. She said that her son stopped seeing her as just this stressed out mom and started seeing the fun, present version of her again. And the family rhythm stopped being a grind and started becoming those little movie magic moments she'd been craving. When you apply this system, here's what life starts to look like. You finally feel like you again, grounded, confident, and lit up from the inside. You wake up with energy and purpose instead of feeling like you are just getting through the day. You and your partner actually enjoy each other again, laughing and flirting and feeling like teammates instead of just project managers of your household together. And your kids get the present, playful, patient version of you, the one who makes memories and not just the meals. Your days run smoother. The mental load feels lighter and you have more breathing room for what matters most. And you stop saying this is just how it is for the next 5 to 10 years and start living like this is the life you were meant for. Thriving not just in your home and in your relationships, but in your career and your health and your happiness. If this sounds like what you need in your life, I am offering a free Life at a 10 strategy call. This is not a generic coaching session. It's a chance to finally get clear on what's actually keeping you from getting your life from fine to a 10, because until you name the real problem, you cannot fix it. So on this call, we're going to pinpoint exactly where your systems are breaking down, show you what's really causing the stress, the disconnection, or the burnout, and give you a clear path forward to you feeling lit up within yourself and bringing joy back to your most important relationships. Regardless of if you end up being a part of the Life at a 10 program, you will leave with clarity on how to move forward more aligned with yourself. It is a win-win for you. So click the link below and grab a spot for a free Life at a 10 strategy call, and I can't wait to connect.